Good day everyone, today I will be discussing to you one of the intestinal trematode which is the Metagonimus yokogawai. Metagonimus yokogawai belongs to the kingdom Animalia, it belongs to the class Trematoda, and it belongs to the family of Heterophyidae. Metagonimus yokogawai is also known as the Japanese fluke. Its common name is Heterophyid fluke. And also, it has a lot of other names, such as Heterophis yokogawai katsurada, Loxotrema uvatun kobayashi, Metagonimus uvatus yokogawa, Lucia romanica shuria, Lucia parva shuria, Lucia dobrogensis shuria, and Metagonimus yokogawai was first described by Katsurada in 1912 as Heterophis yokogawai. Later, the same author renamed the worm. The original description was based on and now let us discuss the morphology of the egg of Metagonimus yokogawai and Heterophis heterophis. Heterophis and Metagonimus yokogawai characteristic in glands. As you can see in the table, the average size of Heterophis and Metagonimus is 30 by 15 micrometer. The egg content was a developing merasidium. Shoulders are present but discrete. The small knob may be absent. Now let us differentiate the four types of trematode parasite based on the morphology of their eggs. We have two intestinal flukes, the Metagonimus yokogawai and the Heterophis heterophis. And also, we have two liver flukes which are the Clonorchis senensis and the Opisturkis species. In the Opisturkis species, we have Opisturkis viverini and Opisturkis felenius. Now let us take a look in the pictures on the screen. We have here the eggs of the Metagonimus yokogawai, the egg of Heterophis heterophis, the egg of Opisturkis felenius, the egg of Opisturkis viverini, and the egg of Clonorchis senensis. Yokogawai show discrete differences among Heterophis heterophis egg and Metagonimus yokogawai eggs versus the egg of others. Although the eggs of Heterophis heterophis and Metagonimus yokogawai have shoulders, but they are less distinct than those of Clonorchis senensis. Second, the Heterophis heterophis eggs and Metagonimus yokogawai eggs. First, although Heterophis heterophis and Metagonimus yokogawai has an operculum that fits into the eggshell smoothly and does not have an abopercular protuberance, in contrast to Clonorchis senensis and Opisturkis eggs. Opisturkis species is indistinguishable from the eggs of C. senensis. The egg is operculated and possesses opercular shoulders and abopercular knob. Eggs are embryonated when passed into sleep. Now let us discuss the morphology of adult flukes of Metagonimus yokogawai. Adult flukes are minute intestinal flukes that has a length of 1 to 2.5 mm that resembles the Heterophis heterophis. Metagonimus yokogawai. Now let us discuss the life cycle of Metagonimus yokogawai. First, adult release fully embryonated egg, each with a fully developed merasidium, and eggs are passed in the host feces. Snails are the most frequent intermediate host for Metagonimus yokogawai. The merasidia undergo several development stages. the sporosis formation, the radiae formation, and the cercariae formation. Many cercariae are produced from each radiae. The cercariae are released from the snails. Metacercariae insist in the tissue of a suitable fresh brackish water fish. The definitive host becomes infected by ingestion of undercooked or salted fish containing metacercariae. After ingestion, the metacercariae exist attached to the mucosa of the small intestine and then mature into adults.
It has two intermediate hosts. First intermediate host is the snail. The second intermediate host is the freshwater brackish fish. Mode of transmission, fecal-oral transmission. Definitive hosts are humans, cats, dogs, and birds. Diagnostic stage is the embryonated egg. Infective stage when the host ingested undercooked fish containing metacercariae. The metacercariae insist in the tissue of suitable fresh brackish water fish. Common infected snails are Simia sulcospora, Libertina, Yara granifera. Common infected freshwater fishes are Pleocoglossus alpivilis, Odontobutis obscurus, Salmopereie, and Trebolon haconensis.
The diagnosis for Metagonimus yokogawai is based on the microscopic identification of eggs in the stool.
The eggs are indistinguishable from those of Metagonimus yokogawai and resembles those of Clonorchis and Opistorchis.
The epidemiology mostly from the Far East as well as Siberia, Manchuria, the Balkan states, Spain, Israel, Japan, and Taiwan.
The clinical symptoms are diarrhea and colicky abdominal pain. Migration of the eggs to the extra-intestinal sites to the heart, brain can occur when resulting symptoms. The treatment for metagonimiasis is positive cure.
The drug of choice for metagonimiasis is praziquantel. The prevention and control is preventing eating raw or uncooked fish.
Additional important information to know about Metagonimus yokogawai. Morphology of adult. The worm is pyriform in shape, tapering at the anterior end and rounding at the posterior end. A tiny layer of scaly spines covers the organism, which is heavily distributed over the anterior end. Members of genus Metagonimus can be identified by the position of the ventral sucker and genital opening, which are fused and displayed to the right of the midline of the body. The testes are close together at the posterior of the body, where one is slightly anterad to the other. The ventral sucker is larger than the oral sucker. Morphology of the egg. Eggs have a smooth, hard shell, transparent, and yellow-brown in color. Pathogenesis. Site of infection is in the small intestine. Incubation period is around 14 days. Infestation may persist for more than 1 year. Other species is Metagonimus takahashi and Metagonimus miyate. All three species, including Metagonimus yokogawai, are hermaphrodite. Other diagnosis is serologic test or ELISA. Other clinical symptoms includes chest pain. Rarely, when the eggs of the flukes move into the heart, fatal valvular and myocardial damage may occur. The resultant arrhythmias may manifest as a chest pain. It also involves neurological manifestation. Occasionally, flukes invade the mucosa and eggs deposited in tissue may gain access to circulation. This can then lead to eggs embolizing in the brain, causing seizures and other neurological deficits. Life cycle notes: ingestion of contaminated undercooked fish. The adult worm resides in the small intestine. Other nice to know about Metagonimus yokogawai, aside from being the smallest human fluke, it is an important foodborne trematode. Second, there are at least 22 species of flukes in the family of Heterophyidae, of which Heterophis, and Metagonimus yokogawai is the most common.
Nice to know about Metagonimus